Hello, saver. Whether you're saving for that trip to the tropics or saving for an emergency, now is the time to take advantage of Wells Fargo's savings options. Wells Fargo offers savings accounts that can help you save towards your goals. So, what are you saving for? Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/save to open a savings account today.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
This is the Washington Times front page for the first day of May, Wednesday, May 1st, 2024. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. A New York judge clamped down on former President Trump by fining him and threatening him with jail time for violations of the gag order during his hush money trial. Tom Howe reports State Supreme Court Judge Juan Merchan levied a $1,000 penalty for each of 9 violations and will hold a hearing on 4 more alleged violations on Thursday. Prosecutors complained about Trump's comments on the nature of the jury pool and witnesses Michael Cohen and Stormy Daniels. They said his observations violated the order designed to protect witnesses, jurors, and court staff connected with the trial. Merchan warned that Trump could go to jail if he didn't comply with the gag order. The Drug Enforcement Administration is proposing downgrading marijuana from a Schedule I drug alongside heroin and LSD to a Schedule III drug under the Controlled Substance Act. Seth McLaughlin reports the move would not greenlight recreational use nationwide, but make it easier to study medical marijuana and could reduce the tax burden on marijuana businesses. The Department of Health and Human Services last summer endorsed rescheduling the drug, which would loosen criminal penalties for possession. Schedule III drugs are defined as having moderate to low potential for physical and psychological dependence. Polls showed that younger Americans and Black voters are more supportive of easing marijuana restrictions and penalties. Dozens of states have legalized marijuana for medical and recreational purposes. President Biden has signed a national security memorandum laying out an updated government-wide plan to protect critical American infrastructure in the face of growing cyber threats from U.S. adversaries. The document, Ben Wolfgang reports, gathered input from agencies across the federal government and the private owners and operators who manage communications equipment, as well as transportation, dams, and other systems crucial to modern life. The memo will lay out baseline security standards for each of the 16 infrastructure sectors. The federal government has also prioritized the declassification of federal intelligence and data when appropriate. The Biden campaign sees a path to victory in November by outgunning the Trump campaign with a powerful ground game funded by a significant campaign money advantage. Susan Friicchio reports the president's campaign is boasting about opening 130 offices and hiring hundreds of staff members across the battleground states, a campaign aide said. The Biden campaign is also outspending the Trump campaign on advertising in swing states. As of last week, the Biden campaign had spent $15.3 million on advertising in 7 swing states. The Trump campaign had spent just $1.2 million in those states, according to Real Clear Politics. And finally, in a hearing, Republican senators chastised Education Secretary Miguel Cardona for focusing on student loan forgiveness plans instead of the mismanaged college financial aid process. Stephen Dinan reports the government rolled out what was supposed to be a simplified free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, this year. But students have struggled to complete applications, and schools have complained they are receiving bad federal data. Completed applications are running about 30% behind last year, and schools are way off schedule telling students what sort of help they can expect. Cardona insisted his department is working hard to resolve the problems. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.